Hey everybody, my name's Elvis. I work here at OC Snowsports, located on 2306 Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa. You've seen some of our videos that my owner Daryl has done. We are a full-service ski shop, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about our boot fitting process and the protocols, which is one of the main things that sets us apart from every other shop locally and in a lot of places. So I'll get into it. So when you walk in, basically you're coming in and you're saying, I want to get a new ski boot. Most places you're going to go to, they're going to grab a measuring device, tell you to stand up on it, and they're going to say, okay, well, here you go. This is your size. Or even worse, they're going to ask you, what size shoe do you wear? The example that I use is my foot. I measure a 10.5. I wear a size 12 shoe, but I wear a 9.5 ski boot. And trust me when I say it's not that tight, because I'm kind of soft and it hurts my feet if I wear them too tight. So that's just kind of how that goes. That gives you the discrepancies that a lot of people have. Now, so what we do here is I get you on the bench, shoes and socks off, and I go through an entire range of measurements. I measure for volume, I measure for length, I measure for width, I check ankle flexibility, I do different kinds of tests with the toes and the arches just to see what kind of movement we get in the foot, what kind of expansion we get in the foot. So it's not just this is what size foot I have. There's a lot of stuff going on that you as the customer never thought to think of, you were never told so, and chances are you've been in the wrong size boot most of your life, unless you were lucky enough to get an actual boot fitter up in the mountains somewhere. Next step is I do all those tests, I do all those measurements, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna pick a boot. I'm gonna pick a boot for you that bases all that information that I just got from you, what's going to fit your foot the best, whether it be a boot like mine, whether it be a two-piece boot, whatever. But I grab that boot, we bring it down, and then the first thing I do is a thing called a shell fit. It's a real simple thing, but I call it the lie detector test of boot fitting. Basically what I do is I take the liner out of the shell, I have you with your bare foot still, stand in the boot, and I do measurements in the boot with your foot. It's telling me how much space we actually have, because most of the time people think boots are so tight, but what they're not realizing is the boot's not tight, the liner is just tight. Liners are padding, liners expand, that's what happens. So once I find that boot and I realize that this boot is the correct shell size and everything that we want, then I can go ahead and put your foot in the actual ski boot. But if the shell fit isn't right, I bag that boot and it's time for another one. And what I can tell you is this: if somebody doesn't shell fit you in a shop, run. They don't know what's going on. It's a must. It has to be. There's no discussion. It needs to be done. And if they don't shell fit you, they're not fitting you. They're just trying to sell you a ski boot. And that's not what I do. I'm a boot fitter, not a boot salesman. So after that has all been done and I've decided I'm going to put you in the boot, what I do then is we get you in there, and then the rest is kind of basic. It's kind of gravy, because I've already done all the important stuff. I've already picked what's going to work correctly for you. And then there's certain places the boot needs to fit, and certain places that it could be loose in certain places but tight everywhere else. And I don't need to get into that in the video. That's part of the boot fitting process. That can take forever. So, and then the last step, once we've decided that boot is correct, I make custom footbeds for everybody. A lot of, we have drop-in footbeds, basically think orthotics. A lot of people know that as orthotics, foot support. The biggest thing in boot fitting that's a mistake, the problems that people have are, one, the boot is the wrong shell shape and size, typically too big, and two, they have no support under their foot.
So it's like a ping pong ball bouncing down a hallway. I got nothing holding my foot into place. So I make custom inserts for almost every boot that comes in here. I'm a fan of it, no matter who you are and what your foot is. We all need that stability. I basically base it off of this. No foot support, you got zero support on the foot. Custom footbed, I'm supporting your foot about 90%. So all that movement that's typically happening is going away. And once that's all taken care of, we have a good boot for you. And the important thing is, if it's not right, I won't let you have the boot. That's the whole point. Yeah, we're here to sell stuff, but in reality, the most important piece of equipment you have as a skier is your ski boot. And I'm tired of hearing the industry and people saying that it's either comfort or performance. I believe they both go together, and there's no reason why you can't have both at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a whole lot of other stuff we can get into, but that gives you a bit of a I guess a idea of what I do here and what we do here. I am not the only boot fitter here. We have certified boot fitters throughout the store, all certified by the Master Fit University program. Google it and you'll see what it is. So I appreciate your time, and come on into OC Snowsports. Have a good day. Bye.